Betway Way to Win welcomes everybody. The weekend we've got Daryl Marie here. We're talking Saturday, turffontein. Fortunately, throughout Thursday, Friday, and hopefully the same for the weekend, will be sunny and good weather. Track should have dried up by now, and look forward to super days racing. This is a reminder about the Henneman Memorial Race Day for those families out there. We, of course, remember you, all of us, on this tragic day back on the 12th of April. In fact, exact to the date 12th of April, that is. But back in 1988, when that aircraft came down with all of us, some of our jockeys and trainers and officials and owners that were on that plane, we remember you today. Second race, talking about that, is the Warren Bailey, Benny de Wet, Royce Ferry, Greg Home graduation plate. It's over 1,400 metres, and we're doing this Friday morning. We're Aristotle's favourite. It's priced up at 11 to 10 to win this for Alec Laird. Number 4, Grand Crescendo, second favourite, 3 to 1. 33 to 10, about 2, Give Me Another Chance. 6 to 1, the 3, Royal Force. And they get 14 to 1 and better about the balance. Yeah, quite a talented race, eh, Daryl? And a few with ability in this race.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I remember your late dad, Clyde,
Yes.
giving speeches on this day. Eh?
Yes, Shane, he used to. Look forward to it,
Yeah.
He was the chairman of the Families Association, I think.
Condolences to your family and
Thank you.
all concerned.
Thank you.
According to the weights, it's a 3-corner contest because Grand Crescendo is at the top of the best weighted. Only half a kilogram best in ahead of Give Me Another Chance and then Aristotle. So it should be a 3-cornered contest, but Clyde, I'm leaning towards Aristotle. You know, in my opinion, he deserves his spot at the top of the boards. Reason being is his later start. I know he was weighted to win on that occasion and he got beat, but he got beat by a very nice horse in Kamenski. So he had 2 runs on the half veld. His second run, his penultimate start, was a bit of a flat run. And I think he's ready to get it right in his 3rd or 4th start for his new yard. Give Me Another Chance, his rival, put in a stinker last time. I think it was beaten 20-odd lengths. What I do like is the blinkers come off, so maybe he'll be ridden with more restraint.
Yeah.
And the same can be said with Crescendo. I mean, he was a spent force at the 800 last time out. There were eyebrows raised, but he was well beaten. I mean, it's hard to fancy him on that effort alone, but that's clearly not his run, and he should bounce back to some of his better form. But I'm going 1, 2, 4, 3 in that order.
Yep.
Aristotle, a confident bipod banker.
Confident bipod banker. It is a graduation plate after all, so Aristotle is rated to win it, and he should win it. See how that all plays out. Banker in the bipods at 60 Rand per. Third race at Turffontein is a maiden class for the fillies and mares over 1,800 metres. This race named in honour of Johan van der Linden, Nich Blichnout and Jacobus Viljoen. And you should run about 1:30. Let's take a look at the Friday morning market for you, give you an idea as to what the guys were doing from the Betway perspective. And 14 to 10 about number 1, Art Nouveau. Number 2, Arctic Silver, second favourite at 16 to 10. And 7 to 1 bar 2 at 7 to 1 is the 5 World Tour. And then you can get 10 to 1 and better about the balance. So when I spoke to Paul Peter, that when Art Nouveau was expected to run, when we lost that meeting, I remember him saying he gave her quite a big chance.
Yes, I mean, she put up a lovely debut for Tony on the half veld. Pulled clear of the balance of the field and she was staying on. She gets the trip, whereas her main rival is yet to be tried over that distance.
Okay.
But you know, Tony's had an extra couple of weeks with her and he obviously learned more about her, so I'll give her a strong winning chance, especially in this lineup. Funny enough, Gavin was meant to have ridden her on that occasion.
Yeah.
He rides Arctic Silver number 2. You can see she's had her 2 comeback efforts over the 1,400 by Karari, who actually won over 2,000 meters himself out of a Silvano mare who was unraced, but her second dam won over 1,800. So I think she's crying out for the extra, having her peak run. So I think the 2 of them should fight it out, Clyde. 2 from 1 in that order. I've banked at number 2, Arctic Silver, in the opening leg of the place accumulator.
So you prefer her, huh?
You know, sometimes horses can run a flat second run on the half veld. So for that reason only, I've got a slight preference for Arctic Silver.
Over Art Nouveau. All right, well, that's the latest from Daryl Marie. Here's a look at what we're going to do in the place accumulator in the third race. We'll put that up for you now. And Daryl bankering the 2 Arctic Silver. There are a few bankers later on, as you can see, as we go deeper into the card. And it's a 180 Rand per. Okay, race 4. This is a handicap at the 74 level over 1,800 metres. This race, we remember Keith Basil, Danny Lombard, John McMurtry and Mark Nell. First leg of the pick 6 runs at 2:05. And let's take a look at the betting. We've got Ombudsman as the favourite, 7-2 currently. 3 Hugh Tanango, 4-1. 5-1 is number 8 Gamer. And 7-1 about number 6 Carnello. It's 10-1 and better about the balance. Now we know the riding arrangement striker for the owners, all that sort of stuff. And what do you like in this event, Darren?
Yeah, he rides number 2 Ombudsman. Obviously sticks with him. Clyde, last time out, he moved up a winner. Just got quite late after hours came back at him. I mean, off the same mark, you have to respect his chances. Hugh Tanango, I like the fact that he's back on the stand-side track. I think he's going to be much more effective. He's got text. I think he'll be a different prospect on the stand-side track. You know, 3 runs back behind Spar's story. Caught the eye very late on that occasion. It was his second run after layoff. I think he's turned the corner since then, so really keen to see how he goes in his handicap debut. I know the form's been franked with instant attraction, but she didn't beat much. She was really expected to win on that occasion, but yes, he's a young, improving sort.
Right.
Gamers, always thereabouts. Tumby, number 10, catches my eye over here, but if you like his chances, you have to respect number 11, Viva de Janeiro. You know, Viva de Janeiro has been 1800 in the past, and nowadays he's settling in his races. So if you're looking for a sneaker, number 11 is possibly the one to lean towards. But Tumby caught my eye. Reason being, he was caught wide in his last start.
Yeah.
And I really expected him to fold in the latter stages. He actually found another gear. So I think with Samanga on this time round, who's getting a chance ride, you know, he's won on him in the past, Samanga has. And I think off a 62, he's going to be very competitive. He just needs luck in running from that tricky draw. So you can see on my numbers on the screen over there, Clyde, I'll make it very competitive.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Well, Tumby's one of those, also the ratings that come down on the 10. That's why Daryl likes that. But does respect Viva de Janeiro, the 11 on that form. And there are a few others in that pick 6. There we go. Note that right at the back, the last leg of this pick 6, we've gone the whole field. So we're looking for an upset right at the end of the day. So get your pick 6s on, everybody. The 4th race is due to run at 2:05. Okay, race number 5. Let's go on to that. Runs at 22.3. And it's a Pinnacle Stakes. So look at the weights and see what's going on over there. Daryl will tell us more about it. But in this race, we remember Jacqueline Henderson, Graham Kent and Ginger Masterton. Pinnacle Stakes over 1,600 metres. Friday morning market, let me give you an update as to what Betway we're thinking. 2 Radicchio, top of the board at 3-1. 4 Musical Store, second favourite, 7-2. 9-2, the 1 Tunny Player. 5-1, number 6 Zuzan. And 5 Silent War is trading at 6. 6-1 as well about the 7 Royal Edition. And then 14-1 and better about the balance. Yeah, tricky race. Not easy. Pinnacles, Tunny Player, what best in, but there are a few.
Yeah, I'm just having a look, Clyde, because you know that jockey being stood down of Caden Briz just come through, so there's no jockey confirmed on Tunny Play yet. And you know, Striker's actually ridden a few winners. What's that filly he rides, or the mare Indian Ocean for Manu? So maybe
he picks up the ride.
Yeah, maybe he picks up the ride on Tunny Player.
Okay.
You know, there shouldn't really be much between Tunny Player, Radicchio, and Silent War. I mean, they've met in the past, and Royal Edition. But you know, Tani Pay has obviously beaten them and slightly better off at the weight. So he really should confirm the form with those. So he's going to be my backup to Musical Score, where I think will take some beating of here. You know, Clyde, we saw the NHA put out that release that the 3-year-olds
You've cleaned up.
are winning everything against the older
Yeah, they
ones.
did. They won the Champions Challenge and they won the Horse Chestnut that day, eh?
Yeah. And yeah, you got a sort that's needed his comeback effort. While his first run as a gelding, it was over 12 under on the inside track. On a sticky course, he couldn't really quicken with a horse like Buffalo Storm Cody. Gavin sat on his back twice before he won his maiden on him, and then I think it was in the, what was it? What was
Was
that
on
race?
the 11th of Jan.
Yeah, behind Greaterix.
Yes.
He broke too well. Excuse me, Clyde. He broke too
So he
well,
took
and
a hold.
he found himself too handy, and he fell in a hole.
Okay.
Gavin will make sure this time out that he puts him to sleep over a mile, and I think he's a very nice horse. I think the fact that he's earned his rating over a mile confirms to me that he's possibly at this stage of his career best over a mile. So I'm going 4 from 1. Listen, the race doesn't stop there. You have to have respect for Radicho, Silent War, Zuzan, Royal Edition, and Key Element. But once you go past my top 2, my perms are going to get too costly, Clyde. And I decided to end it at 4 from 1.
Okay. So we like Musical Score a lot, as you heard from Daryl. That is the play. But in jackpots, we are including number 1, Tony Player. We don't know at this stage because we're doing it Friday morning as to who's going to be riding the horse. But I'm sure by now you guys will all know. That's a 20 Rand jackpot. Hello everybody, welcome back. We are on race number 6. This is the Dave Bullock, Douglas Roper and Simon Rahili and Lawrence Riley handicap over 1,000 metres and runs at 3:15. The betting, let me give you an idea where we were Friday. 5-1 the field, one of those open races, and the 6 Chivana's top of the boards at 5-2, 5-2, 8 Yamadori, 4 Cosmic Star trading 28-10, 33-10, 7 One Fell Swoop. There are a whole lot of them in terms of the market. It's quite congested at the top there, and 5 Magic Tattoo double figures, and then you can double figures about the balance. But yeah, they take each other on again. 1,000 metres up the straight. What's the story?
This is tricky, Clyde.
Yeah.
Now, Chivana, obviously Gavin gets on extremely well with him. We all remember that win 4 runs back when he went in between runners, beating his stable companion Rainbow Reward. You know, he's more than capable, but he has been off the track 5 odd months. I don't know where he is in his preparation, but if he's not in need of this, I respect his chances. But like I say, I've got no clue as to whether he's fancied or not. Cosmic Star was meant to run a week ago. Obviously, that meeting was abandoned. If you go to the Halberdier run, he actually holds Yamadori. He beats him and he's bet off at the weights. But Yamadori has got the racing fitness on his side. Yamadori was a bit unlucky in his last start. He was coming back at the finish, and I'd go as far as saying another stride he gets up. He did pick up a penalty for running second. I mean, the top 2 were well clear of the balance of the field, so rightly so. You have to respect his chances. The filly, One Fell Swoop, you can see she's returned to form again. She's going to be out there on the pace and give it her all. Does take on the boys over here, so I'll give her a chance. And then Magic Tattoo, I know he's not really fancied in the betting, but he's back in a handicap. If he gets some luck from that inside draw, I think he should finish right on top of them.
So he could be upset material.
Yeah,
that is.
absolutely. Why is he his current price? I don't think that reflects the strength of his chances.
All right, we'll put him in Magic Tattoo, but as you heard, it's a competitive 1,000 metre. This not easy, and in the first leg of the pot, in the second jackpot, we're going all of 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, here comes the Buffalo. Buffalo Storm Cody for Tony Peter and Gavin Larina riding this fella. in the mythical flight sprint over 1100 meters. And odds on about the favourite Buffalo. Trading the last time I had a look was around 5 to 10. Yeah, still 5 to 10. One Mount Pinatubo is at 7 to 1. Number 4, the Specialist, is 10 to 1. And it's 12 to 1 about Lead the Charge. And a better about the balance. So hard to beat the favourite.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this race, Clyde. I think he's a lovely, lovely horse.
Yeah.
You know, Tony and Paul have always said he's a top horse, but he wasn't quite getting his head in front. And then I think they did the right thing. They gelded him. And wasn't that a smashing win last time out? You know, he challenged Grand Crescendo 600 meters out, and he just spat him out, and he made him look ordinary. Well, that field ordinary. Ran above his rating, could only get £6. So now being in a handicap, Clyde, you have to say that he's well in.
Yeah. Well, he could only get 6, as you say, eh?
Yeah, so yes, we leaning towards him in a strong way, but we aren't going to get rich. I mean, he's deep in the red. So what are we going to do to get money over here? And have a look. The Specialist, yes, on the high fault, he's been bitterly disappointing. But take note, Clyde, this horse, in my mind, has needed the gelding. And I'm really expecting him. I'm not saying he's going to bounce back to his best, but he's going to bounce back to form. And I think I'm going to get stuck in. Well, I know I'm going to get stuck into the exactors.
Hey, okay.
I'm going straight 2 from 4.
Right.
Mount Pinatubo doesn't have a jockey engaged yet. I know strikers are available, but let's see if he lines up over here. Because Mr. Van Vuren does have a few in this race. And take note if there are any card changes early on Saturday or tomorrow morning. But like I say, Buffalo Storm Cody, if he reproduces his comeback effort as a gelding, I think he's going to be a steering job. But the Specialist will run an improved race. So let's catch a few exactors over here, Clyde.
Okay, we're going to put the Specialist into the play then. You heard from Daryl, but very hard to beat this favourite. So we're going straight up with Buffalo Storm Cody, outright to win. We're taking exactors 2 ahead of 4. Divided handicap now, race number 8 on the card, going over 1,800 metres. Remembering Gordon Sturley, Henny van Wyk, Harold Whitehead in the running of the 8th race. And also just remembering Arthur Havergal, Jacob Colt, Michael Coetzee. Now let's take a look at the market for this 8th race, final leg of this particular jackpot, where 2 Miss Scaletta is a favourite at 2 to 1. Number 3, Do It With Diamond, second favourite, or rather joints at 2 to 1, I beg your pardon. 4 Rani of Couture is 9 to 2, 11 to 2, 1 Mary's Green Light, and 6 to 1 about number 6 Julia Tango. How deep are you going?
You know, Gavin sat on Rani of Couture in 3 runs back and in her penultimate start when she won on both of those occasions. And he rides for Mr. Magna. So I think he had the choice of rides and he's opted to stick with Dirt with Diamonds. You know, I do respect Rani of Couture, but I wasn't impressed with her later starts.
She wasn't striding or something.
Yeah. But she is more distance suited this time round. Now, Clyde, Miss Scaletta, strikers never sat on her in a race, but he's ridden against her and he beat her when he won on Queen of Love. And Miss Scaletta came past him like he was standing still. And he found extra on Queen of Love, so he knows what she's about. Last time out, she really had the run of the race. Suter went to the head of affairs and Craig just sat in second and everything panned out extremely well. She did pick up £4 for that penalty, so yeah, she's a nice filly and she's only a 3-year-old, so I don't think the penalty is going to hinder her. She should go close. But Dirt with Diamonds, the 4-year-old Silvano filly, is clear for all to see that she's still improving on the high felt. Tony's really done a great job with her. Last time out, that race wasn't run to suit Clyde. If you recall, they were walking up front. I think it was Muzi on Azaleas 4, and Ryan Munger was behind them on the eventual winner, DeMarco's Jet, and he booked out, and he took it up a long way from home. And she loomed up in the later stages, but DeMarco's Jet just found another gear. So I think if the race is more run to suit, I expect it to go very, very close. I'm not concerned that she picked up another kilogram penalty for running second on that occasion. This filly's really on the upgrade still, so I expect numbers 2 and 3 to fight it out. Preference for dirt with diamonds. However, if you want to go wider, especially for my pick 6 and my jackpots, but they were a bit costly, you can add in number 4, Rani of Couture, but I went 3 from 2.
Thanks for that. And the 9th race at the back, as you can see, is quite competitive. There are a whole lot of horses in that last leg of the double. All of 1, 3, 4, 7, 9, 11 in the 9th race have to go in the play. Betway's waited to win. Thanks so much for watching. Hope it's been a good day.